So, you have set a farmhouse on fire. You've defeated the ghouls and ghasts that were, savage ghouls that were inhabiting it. You have created a beacon fire by sheer dint of fireballing the entire barn house John Woo style. So, literally the combat just ended. What are you...
I love the idea that John Woo just casts fireball in all his movies.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, hey, let's have an explosion from 7 different angles and the fire will lick out of all the windows. You know what I mean.
Real men walk away from explosion. Anyway.
Exactly. Cool guys don't look at explosions, for one. Yeah. As the farmhouse is burning, and the 5 of you are convening,
walking away from it in slow motion.
Sure.
Yeah.
Can I make a tiny retcon adjustment to what we did before? In that, before pulling off that move to jump on Emlyn to chop off the ghoul's head, Thomas kind of just was running up behind and just yelled, "Neat!" And Naomi's reactions being what they were, I'm hoping that she understood that's what it was. So he and then afterwards he's gonna come over and be like, sorry, I probably should have given you more warning than that. That was something that I'd done once with another member of the Watch who was also a dwarf that worked really well, and it felt like it would work here.
You'd be surprised at how many times somebody shouting knee leads to chopping somebody's head off. Especially in my line of work, lock picking.
Right, yeah.
Awesome.
Knife twisted.
Clear, our lines of work are still quite distinct, but I take your point.
But similar.
Very.
Just gonna stand staring at the fire for just a little bit too long.
Nice.
Okay.
These are all my hopes and dreams.
The barn is not on fire, and it still reeks of dead body. You recognise a lot of the smell was the gas, but also this burned livestock was also part of the problem, clearly. What would you all like to do? The fire is burning, will continue to burn. You have created a signal beacon, a very obvious one, if you will. Do you want to pull up the hut and rest here? You are all, bar Halvanet, extremely exhausted. Yes, Corey?
Does the hut stop smell?
Oh, it doesn't?
Oh, hang on. Last season we talked about this because there was the zombie pond. We said that the hut could stop smell if you wanted it to, Shivar. I think that's only fair.
Oh, great. Well, in that case, I'm still staring at the fire.
Okay.
And then I tap on the thigh, just like, excuse Shivar, excuse me. The hut, yeah.
Oh, the hut. Yes.
The hut.
We were doing that.
It stops smell, yeah.
I can do that. I don't if we're in the woods and it smells good.
No, but I think now would be a blessing.
Right. Sorry. I could do it near the fire and then we could smell the fire.
Now we're in a sulfur corpse death.
To be honest, I think it's slightly further, maybe behind the barn rather than in it. Or
Corey, you were staring at the fire.
I was staring at the fire.
Yeah, sorry, Shivareth, you were staring at the fire. Small pockets of sulfuric gases just sort of they're tiny, not even explosions. There's little sort of almost like the flame is more sort of yellowish green than red, but you are getting a little sort of as the fire sort of spreads a little bit into the surrounding area.
So pretty.
The smell is still awful. Even that fire smells awful now.
Could we, if I sit in the barn, will I still be able to see the fire?
Yeah.
There'll be windows, right?
The barn has those large wooden shutters that you could open out if you
make doors.
I'm happy to go into the barn. I'm just going to sit facing this way.
Okay.
You can do it in the doorway area. It's a big barn, doorway's very wide. You could easily be half in, half out.
I think Halvanet is going to go over and at least sort of try and, may regret this, try and push the sort of pile of corpses a little bit further away if possible.
Oh no, sorry. I can do that.
Oh, all right. Can I?
You want
help?
to push a charnel pit of corpses? Okay.
Well, no, okay. So, my theory was Thomas was gonna, whilst Shivarth was setting up the hut, was gonna try and drag at least the gassed body out, and then see if we can make some space where the bodies are not.
Exactly.
For us to actually have a nice place.
Yes.
Thomas, if you want to grab the corpse and drag it out, the smell is subsiding. It's no longer an attack that it has. It just smells bad. So you are welcome to sort of grab the headless corpse and drag it off out into the open and like roll it away a little bit. That's perfectly fine. Hal, you were going to go and deal with the pile, right?
I was going to give it a shot, and having seen what Thomas did, it's going to sort of try and take a leg and see what it brings.
See what it brings.
Ed, roll me a D100.
Oh no!
Zombie cow.
Well,
No. I mean,
Did anyone
sorry,
see that terrible film, which was like vampire cows?
Vampire-
No,
Isn't it vampire sheep?
I thought you were going to say zombie sheep.
Zombie sheep
I've
is
seen
a thing.
black sheep.
There is a black
Yeah.
sheep.
No.
It's in New
There was
Zealand.
a vampire cow. It was a kids' film. They were nice vampire cows.
I did not see that.
that sounds amazing. 62.
Right.
What?
Ed,
Sorry.
before you start doing this, I realise I've done that thing where I grew up in the countryside and not everyone did. If you remove...
Ed grew up in the countryside.
No,
No, I'm aware of what's about to happen.
Not in the way... Yeah, okay. If you pull...
Is this going to be gross? Because
No, not grim. I will glide over the grimness of it. A pile of corpses is not a sound, stable structure. If you remove
Understood.
something from it, it will probably collapse
Right.
onto
Right. This is Ed would not do this. Well, I don't know, but Ed shouldn't do this. Almadet, I feel, would.
You rolled a 62. I will say that you go over to them and they're like, probably a terrible idea. Like,
Well, I thought I could try. All right, fair enough.
you look at it and think, if I pull that, the whole thing's going to come down. Like it's a good. It's like you were half as tall as you again,
It's a wobbly
there's a-
Jenga block.
Exactly. So yes,
and the pieces are sticky.
Oy.
common sense prevails, and that'll be fine.
Thank you.
No.
Sharath, are you casting it or are you ritual casting it?
Ritual casting it. Don't be ridiculous.
So you start ritual casting Tiny Hut. Takes 10 minutes. So
We should probably organise a watch
It
system.
takes more than 10 minutes to walk 2.5 miles.
yeah, it does.
Potentially.
Naomi's going to sort of sidle up to Shivarith whilst they're making the ritual and presumably still staring at the fire. And she's just going to, just very, casually, wiping her knife off, some cloth. You would be very good at my line of work. I just hope you know that. It pays a lot better than demolishing buildings. And you would be doing exactly the same thing.
Has Naumlin waited till Thomas is out of the building to ask this question?
I don't think they were paying
Presumably.
attention.
No, it's up to you.
I feel like Naumlin's not shouting it out. I feel like she's just making polite conversation.
Shivarith, you'll never get...
Do you clear all the people out of the building first? Because unless they're bad people, I prefer not to demolish buildings with people in them. Although I can, if they're people who are dodgy. Or I can just bring down buildings that you don't want to be there anymore.
In the lockpicking business, there are a lot of dodgy people working with us and against us. So I think 75% of the time you'd probably be quite comfortable with it.
Works every time.
I mean, I'm hoping that after this, I'll be a wizard of some renown, and then I'll get, wizarding gigs. I'm not entirely sure what wizarding gigs are.
We've got loads of wizards gigging for us, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. Anyway, just something to think about. She sort of walks off.
Gently, oh, well.
Thomas walks back in, what are we talking about?
Nelmlin, your passive is the highest. You hear this first. Out in the fields, you hear...
Cold.
Nope.
So a weird giggling sound. And is it far away or is it close by?
Relatively close by, sounds like.
Oh no.
Hear another...
Look, I'll be honest with you. You seem quite happy, but I don't really mind stabbing you. Could you just show yourself?
This, or are you saying?
You're talking this in the darkness.
Can you just stop laughing and come out and say hi to us all?
I mean, I wasn't laughing, but
What's going on?
No, there's something giggling around here somewhere. And she's like very
Giggling.
passively looking around for it.
You hear another. And
Can
it's,
I ready an action, please?
of course, in a different place. All three of these come
Okay.
from different places and
What
different tones.
Actively look for it now.
I would like to, as soon as I see a person,
Okay.
cast friends on them.
Oh, nice. Good call.
I'm just gonna keep. How far into the ritual am I?
3 minutes.
Oh, wow.
I'm just gonna-
Thomas has sidled over to next to Shavara while
I'm
she's
just
casting.
gonna keep going because we might talk to them. It might take a good 7 minutes to talk to them.
Yep, that is true.
Yeah, can I look for them now?
You can roll a perception check. That's fine.
Yeah, boy.
I should. Can Halbernet do the same? Well, can Halbernet help?
Sure.
Didn't help. Well, I can roll again.
Yeah, that's good.
Do it again. Is it worse?
No, it's just not that much better. It's a 16. Better than a 12.
Hal, you didn't roll, so it's your passive, which is a 17, so it's better than what Niall rolled.
Yeah, just to check though, the first one that you rolled, Niall, was that a nat one?
It was a 3, unfortunately. So it'd have been a 12 in total.
Don't forget, your nat ones can be cancelled out by Thomas if you ask nicely.
Thank you.
Ka-ching.
That's because of a change. If you're watching it.
Why have I got that? That's a stupid spell.
Hal
Sorry.
and Nelmlin, you both hear behind the barn some scrabbling. It sounds like people climbing the barn. The barn does have like an upper level as well.
A mezzanine.
A mezzanine. It's not called mezzanines in barns. It's called something else. I can't remember what they're called.
Is it?
Gallery?
Alright.
I think it's something like that.
But in which
Second
case,
floor.
I think Halbernet's reaction to this is going to be to stomp up the stairs to investigate.
Okay, Hal is going to wander off by themselves and go upstairs.
Namelin will follow with them. Namelin will follow.
Oh, that's fine. Namelin, Hal, you are walking up the stairs inside the barn. There are a couple of, again, these slatted windows up here, but they're all closed. The smell is pretty strong up here because it's been enclosed for quite a long time, but there are no more piles of corpses up here. There are sort of piles of hay that are slowly rotting and some wheat bales that are slowly rotting as well, but it's relatively open. Like, there wasn't a lot of farming done in the last years before they left. I went away.
What? Gotcha.
The two of you are now up there.
Hello? Is there anyone there? Oh Lord. Don't think shouting out an orc would help. We mean you no harm?
Question mark?
Who's left on the ground? Thomas is next to Shivareth. Corey, where are you?
I'm pretty much where I was when I was vomiting.
So in the same sort of area.
Yeah.
You're not stepping away. You're just turning around. You've got friends prepared. Like
Yeah,
friends, I
okay.
think means you put some makeup on yourself before you cast it, right?
Oh, and can I slightly amend that to say if I see somebody that looks like a leader, like
Sure.
not just a, yeah,
It's a
like if
cantrip,
it's
so
a
what
gang.
Just the
default
first
against,
person.
Fine. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, I've got to like put makeup on. I mean, I have this slight headcanon anyway that Corey has like a single-use prestidigitation at the beginning of every day where she like makes herself gorgeous. But this is like a slightly different thing where she's like, hold on, let me get a compact, and it's like
Okay.
extra highlighter and like, you know, doing the eyelashes and,
Sure.
and all that.
That's fine. If the three of you are in a group, then there's no one individual out. You will hear from around you. It's still like late afternoon. Like it's not a huge amount of time has passed. You hear about 5 different voices, all with this sort of low, like laughter around you in the room.
Is there any way to get out of the like just to like push through the barn roof to see if they're on top of the roof or anything
Push
like that?
through the.
There are shuttered windows.
Yeah, can I just like open a window and just have
Sure.
a look outside?
You open one of the at the back or at the sides when you came in the front?
At the back.
Where the climbing sound came from.
At the back, okay.
Yeah.
So if you head towards the back and open one of the shuttered windows, you look around and there's nothing there. If you then look up, you see 2 feet vanishing onto the roof. Briefly,
I'm gonna-
like, a fraction of a second, there's like someone's climbing.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Hal, point up, and then attempt to climb up the roof.
Hal is going to do that ridiculous sort of horror movie thing of stepping back underneath the roof, trying to see if there's anything there.
This barn is not perfectly made. The roof is slatted, and you do occasionally get like bits of the sunlight being covered as figures, more than one, are making their way across the barn roof.
Roughly what size do they look?
A medium-sized humanoids,
A humanoid. Okay.
as far as you can tell.
Yeah. Fine. Yeah. Okay.
Because this went so well last time, Nomlin, what are you using to climb?
Let me have a look at my equipment.
I was helping with pitons, but as we know,
That
I
worked
don't have
so
it.
well last time.
Yeah.
We have to create the pitons out of something.
No, we
No,
haven't.
No, I had some pitons.
Okay.
Of all of
Oh.
the equipment that we need to find some more rope.
Badly.
I've got rope and I've got pitons.
Wait, you've got more rope?
rope got used.
Because we all used our rope.
Oh,
And
maybe
we've
I
not-
didn't- I
It's
haven't
all
marked that
gone.
off then,
You just
yeah.
didn't remove it from your character sheet.
Yeah, in that case, I just climb. Presumably they
Roll
climbed
me an
up.
athletics check. Hang on, do you
Is
have any
there
kind
no-
of feat or feature that makes you better at climbing? Do you have a climbing speed? Does squat nimbleness do something?
No.
Squat nimbleness.
Feat?
I don't think it does anything for me.
All right, just check and make sure.
No, I don't have anything.
I
All right,
do not-
then roll an
uh,
athletics check.
Are we still exhausted?
Yes.
Did they not use anything?
No.
No creepy things. All right, so that's an athletics check at
Yes, please.
what disadvantage?
Yeah,
I'm
because you was
exhausted.
exhausted.
Sweet. That is a 4.
You go to climb up after them, and you realise that your arms hurt, your legs hurt. This is not a good idea. You realise that before you start lifting yourself off.
Right. If I go to the side window, is that more of a slant than a straight climb?
With a 4, no.
Can we just shout at them and ask them to come down?
I tried that. I
Would
can
you
do it
like
again.
me to blow the roof off?
This strange, unnerving giggling is now
Yes.
all around you on the ground level and coming from the roof, clearly.
Does it still only sound like there's about 5 of them, though?
No.
Wand of wonder. Wand of wonder.
Well, no, I was actually going to say, I very specifically would like this to be persuading.
Sure.
Just say, hiya. One of our friends makes really good stew if you're hungry.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Oh, go
We
on.
have no ingredients.
Sorry, we have no ingredients. Incredible scenes. That's a dirty 20.
Oh, yes!
Good, okay. The giggling continues, but notably there's one voice absent. And out
Okay.
of the reeds, you see a
Second
face just poke its head out slightly. It is a humanoid dog-like face. Would you recognize a gnoll?
Oh, wow.
Shall I roll a history check for
Sure, why not?
that? Because I don't want to assume.
Mhm.
That's a 13.
You've probably read about gnolls but not seen them. They are a dog-like, jackal-like humanoid species, tend to be quite violent, but this one is poking its head out and
Does it
Hi.
have speckled skin?
it does indeed have speckled spots all over its skin, because it's like our puppy.
Oh.
Oh, well, now we can't kill him.
No, definitely not.
See,
Hiya.
see her
How
food?
you doing?
Her food?
We can make food. Look,
as
one of us is really good at cooking.
its head suddenly pops back in, and there's a faint sort of little yelp And then a larger figure is going to step out of the surrounding area, holding a glaive, which is quite a long spear with a hooked point on the end of it.
Yeah, that's not nice.
And she's going to sort of like level it at all of you. And as she does, more figures are going to appear. There's about roughly on the ground about 7 or 8 of them. And behind the leader, the little one just sort of pokes out alongside, doesn't put their spear glaive down, just sort of holding it there like, not quite sure what to do. On the roof, well, actually, I'll describe this. We got you surrounded. Okay, surrounded.
All right.
Points up, and on the roof, Hal and Nelmlin, you're inside the barn. They are not talking to you. And on the roof, if you look up, 3 more gnolls are knocking arrows and pointing them at the 3 of you.
Okay.
You're surrounded.
The glaved one, I'm assuming this is the one I would cast Friends on.
Sure. You probably had it held, so please go for it.
Great. So it's a cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
So I have advantage now on all charisma checks against them.
Yep.
Only for up to a minute, but at that point, I probably cast it again.
After a minute, they know they were charmed, right?
Yes, that's right.
Grand.
At that point, I would probably cast it again. Because it's a cantrip.
Just keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going.
Forever.
Yes.
Hi! It's okay that you're surrounding us because we're friends. We wondered if you knew what happened to this place.
You don't look like friends.
We're friends. Look, Thomas, come here. And then just Corey like reaches up, puts her arm around Thomas. It's like, see, friend.
They look at the 2 of you, and there's very much kind of like all of them are still keeping their weapons on, apart from the one who you're already convinced, all keeping weapons on you because you look like people that hurt them. They do not seem that inspired. What food do you have?
Well, we can make food, like cook food.
Do we think there's going to be any herbs or rabbits around here, Corey?
But we can go look, can't we?
You have food?
Yep.
We make food.
We can make food if we find ingredients. If you help us find ingredients, we can make food.
They all look at each other slightly confused, and the slightly bigger one looks at you directly, Thomas, and goes, ingredient. What's the ingredient?
Rabbit?
Rabbit. You got rabbit?
Are there rabbits around here?
And then this giggle starts going. It just continues around. Nomlin,
Well,
Hal, hang on. You are inside the barn. You can hear this conversation going on. What would you like to do?
Shall I go down?
Help me go up the roof.
Oh, okay. Go and give her advantage to.
You can
boost
give a
up on-
fireman's lift, sure, why not?
Yeah, right. That's 6 medium-sized. Yes. Okay, go for your life, son.
I thought it's with
Cool.
advantage this time.
Cool.
Yes.
So it's just a flat roll then.
Yep, because exhausted.
Hey, that's an 18. Thank you. Thank
No
you.
problem.
Thank
With
you.
a fireman's lift, Norman, you can lift yourself up. The side windows are slightly closer to the slatted side of the wrist. You can and you can see that there are 3 gnolls all pointing arrows down at the ground. Roll me a stealth check.
Thank you.
With disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Although with your armor, that means it's advantage, right? No,
I don't think my armor gives
No,
me any.
it's just good armor and gives you can cast invisibility once per day, I think.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't
Now's the
think.
time to reveal
Read
that.
your
Treasure
items.
sheets, yes.
Oh my lord! Yes, the hood. Yes. It's all coming back. Okay. Okay, even at disadvantage, that is a 27.
They have no idea you're there.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, back on the ground. Corey,
And
you were
here's the
saying.
thing about rabbit is that I know that you folks can probably eat it raw. We can't eat it raw, so we need to cook it. But what we'll do is we'll make rabbit for all of us if you can tell us what happened to this place, and then I'd like to recast Friends before the first one runs out.
Sure, that's fine. Where you gonna find rabbit?
We go look for it.
Nothing
Tom's
alive
gonna-
here.
Glance at Shavareth to see how far along with the tiny hut casting. he is.
How many minutes?
I will say that there have now 6 minutes have passed.
Yes, that makes sense.
I'll just
That's really funny.
Don't.
hold up 4 fingers to the floor, like kind of like this.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay,
will
do I see
say-
that?
Hang on, sleight of hand check for that.
Shit.
Oh, go on. This is good.
Please.
I'm at disadvantage.
You are.
Oh, everything is so much harder at disadvantage.
Oh, that's a 17.
They don't notice.
Wow.
We make it look easy though, Ed.
They also don't
Indeed.
know that you're casting a spell, Shavareth, because they're not quite sure of how that works. No food around here.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Thomas can cook, so we can find things that aren't food and turn them into food.
Have you considered moving?
You find things that aren't food and make them food?
Yeah.
Is it magic?
No,
Kind of.
well, it's kind of a magic, but no.
Why don't they live somewhere else where there are things?
So you have ingredient food.
We find some, but here's the thing: we will make food if you tell us what you know about what happens.
You have food. You don't have food.
Am I persuading them in any way? The whole point of the spell is that I have advantage on persuasion.
what happened here.
Okay,
Shavareth,
This isn't a
Barth
lock
was-
that you can pick. This is just
right.
you're just banging a key against the door.
In which case, this now
Ground
has become
bad is about all the best you will get at this point.
Okay, fine. So now the thing is, okay, well now I need to keep them distracted long enough so that Shavareth can cast a spell. That's what this is now.
Sure,
Okay.
that's fine.
Shavareth was really good at picking plants, an expert plant plucker.
That is true.
Expert.
So
But
That's
so
my
we had a
Zoom
lot
name tonight, folks.
Yep, that's right there.
we had a lot of the poison ones, but did we have excess of
You did.
good herbs?
If you could remember, there were a lot of good herbs that you picked. Yes.
I picked a lot.
Yeah, we have some ingredients.
The glaive gets
Shavareth?
pointed at you. Give us ingredient. Give
I'm
us food.
gonna swap over to casting it not as a ritual.
Oh, can you do that?
Which can? Yes, fine.
Yeah,
Oh, sweet.
it
Bonus
makes
slot.
it only take 1 minute.
Oh, fine.
The weapons get leveled again, and give us ingredient food.
well. Here's the thing: we give the ingredient if you're nice to us, so you don't point weapons at my friend.
Or we kill you and take it. Laughter all around.
But how do you know which of the leaves we've got are poisonous and which ones are okay to eat?
Roll a persuasion check.
Nice. Good work.
I'm assuming that's a flat roll now because I've got
Yes, it
20
is.
years.
Correct.
During the we're gonna kill you. Naomi slowly started walking up, and then as soon as Corey was like, "Well, if they're poisonous," no, and it just slowly stopped.
They're just there going,
Okay,
biding my time.
so here's the thing. It's a nat 1. How close is Shavareth to finishing? If she's not close, I will use a luck point.
We don't need to use a luck point.
You
I'm
need
right
to use
there.
luck point. Thomas is
Yeah, just reroll it.
Oh my god, I forgot.
Mhm.
Hey.
Thomas, you burn your reaction in this non-combat round.
23!
From the bottom to the top.
Normally, I would have one of them eat it. Looks around the rest of the people, around the rest of the gnolls. They all sort of look a bit like, we don't like this that much.
That's not cool, yeah.
Yeah, but aren't
Hey,
these your
somebody's gonna do
friends?
it.
And as I say the word friends, I'd like to subtly recast friends in case it runs out.
They don't understand that you're casting spells unless there's a really obvious, like, Shazam!
The spell friends casts when Corey says the word friends.
Totally fine.
Yeah. These are your friends, so that would be mean.
You will give us your food and show us which is not poison.
Yes. If you are nice to us, you do not point weapons at my friend.
Thomas, as a kind of show of like, we do actually have stuff. We'll kind of edge over to Shavareth to take what herbs, or did you give them to Hal?
You didn't give them to me.
I don't
Or did
know.
I have them in the end?
Let's say Shavareth has them because you've just said that.
Okay.
We gave the poison ones to Nolan, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
no, I took the point. No, I took the poison ones.
Oh, no. Yeah, Hal took the poison ones.
That's what I've got in my backpack.
But they don't know that.
There's definitely some in my pouch. I'll just gesture to my pouch, which I can't interact with because I'm busy casting a spell.
Yep, that's fine. See, we. Some of these are poisoned, and some are not.
See, some of those are poison, and some of them are not. You don't know which ones.
The Knoll will look around the other Knolls, and looking at them now, they look relatively thin.
Emaciated.
Not quite.
Okay.
They will all look back at her, and she Are you share?
You gonna share? Yeah?